All right, Grant Ecosystem, I welcome you back to the update. And this information is well loaded and is coming from Pastor Dona So Kuri. And before we move further, I would like you to subscribe to the updates if you are new here and share this particular video, and let's move forward. According to what he said that the UAS grant is divided into four categories. He listed them. He said the first one is the government, while the second one is the stakeholders, and the third one is the pioneer, the CBN, and the fourth one is normal, and the grant handlers. He said that the community development project, the stakeholders, which is the pioneer and CBN, and the normal categories are primarily involved in community projects. Now, the whole scenario is just talking about Pioneer CBN and warning against fake subscription. Disbursement is imminent, and grant handler role included NGO and cooperative will facilitate direct subscription from individual beneficiary reaching grassroots beneficiary. He said a lot of things. I'm just trying to summarize it, but what he is emphasizing is that disbursement will be given to even to the grassroots, and every fund is going to be disbursed accordingly. And I want you to pay attention to him and listen very carefully, because I believe you must have you will learn one or two things from this particular VN. And the one thing I'm always emphasizing is that when will this disbursement take place? Don't forget, there was a video I posted before this one, and he was talking about disbursement will kickstart on Monday. I believe he's not talking about this particular grant, because this one is UAS. And this man that is talking, this pastor right now, I want you to pay attention to him and listen very carefully and see how this information can bring change into what we are looking for. And don't forget to subscribe. Pay attention to Pastor Dona So Kuri. Bye for now.
All right. Taking the last subtopic number 3 on the grant concise information. When we talk about the grant, we are focusing on the United African States grant. Today is June 14th. Start today, June 14th, 2025. I remember Pastor Donald Obasokore, SSA to Just Lovely, and Director of Special Duties, Just Lovely team. Okay, very quickly, we drive. The UAS fund disbursement categories, that is the subtopic number 3 that we are going to look at. We have 4 categories here, and I'm going to talk about them very briefly. Number 1 is the government category. Number 2, the stakeholders category. Number 3, the pioneer, CBN, and nominal category. And number 4, the grant handlers category. Please listen very carefully. These categories have their different responsibilities to both our government, the communities, individuals. So that is the way it is. The government category has a lot to do with the governance system of the nation. It is not my responsibility to talk much about that. The government has their way to handle whatever thing they want to handle, either as a direct community project or whatever thing they want to do. They have their blueprint on that. Then you have the stakeholders who also have their own blueprint on that. The government, the stakeholders, the pioneer, CBN, and nominal, they are a kind of code name. It's a kind of code name, but all of these 3 categories I mentioned now are under community development project, governance, and the community development project. So the aspect of government and governance, which is the number 1, is already off, and I'm not going to talk about that. Then the number two that has to do with the stakeholders, this has to do with community development project proper, which in a very little moment we are going to be seeing the result as disbursement will take place. There will be a lot of development diversified in different parts of Nigeria. Then coming to the pioneer, listen carefully. The pioneer, the CBN, and the nominal, these are names I called project code names. Project code names is not the original blueprint name. These are names meant for operations. Names meant for operations. And it's not everything that everyone will be able to know. Okay, here the pioneer are subscribers that subscribed into community development project. When we talk about community development project, we have things like community electrification project. We have water provision project. We have road construction project. We have something like hospital, building a standard hospital. We have education, where somebody can provide a standard education, academical classrooms, also learning equipments, modern learning equipments, that when a child will finish from school, such a child can become globally competitive. Such a child will have that enabling environment to compete with somebody that's schooled in United States. That is actually the original blueprint of this project. And the subscribers of these very projects are meant to understand it, that this is what you are subscribing for. Then there are other areas somebody may decide to go into. For instance, something like building microfinance bank, yes, which also is major part of the blueprint. Microfinance bank, somebody may decide to go in there, develop it in your locality, enabling people there to be able to save their money in the bank and also have opportunity to do business with the bank. That is that. Then when you hear something like CBN subscription, it doesn't mean that Central Bank of Nigeria has a subscription for the public under this project. I said these are code names. These are code names. So don't let anybody deceive you. And these three I mentioned, the stakeholders, CBN, and the nominal, are code names. They have undertone meanings, which I am not going to talk about here. So, but the one I have to emphasize very much on it is the pioneer. It is the pioneer. All these things I am saying, they are all genuine. But who did you do it from? That is another thing that matters a lot. When I talked in the previous subtopic number 2, the only risk in the grant community, I was able to talk about fake grant subscriptions and the fake partnership. If you subscribe through a wrong channel, you don't have any business with UAS. You don't have any business with the stakeholders. You don't have any business also with the federal government. You don't have any business with the donors. You don't have any business with IMF. That is the truth of the matter. So anyone that made subscription, I don't want to make a commendation now. Anyone that made any subscription, you should be able to investigate very deeply, very profoundly, to know the person you subscribe from. Who is this person and who is this person following? Who did you, the person that you subscribe to, who is he representing in that way? There are people that are using the names of people doing subscriptions, but I want to tell you the truth. The people they are using their name may not even know them in anywhere. They may not even have their personal subscription with such people. Why? Many people are thinking that what happened past years in the grand community, where people contribute money, at the end of it there will not be disbursement, that it is still what is going on now, is a lie. If you have collected money from people, you tagged it pioneer, you tagged it whatever, be ready to pay them, because disbursement is coming. And if you also paid money to anybody, follow up, try and follow up, find out who the person is working with, so that you will not regret why people are celebrating. So that is it. Then the last set I am going to talk about here has to do with the grant handlers. This is the one that is very popular in the society. The direct individual beneficiary subscriptions or subscribers, direct individual beneficiary subscribers or subscription. Now, this is where we have chief executive officers of different non-governmental organizations and cooperatives coming in as partners with the grant handlers. And I'm going to use Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation under Apostle Professor Ken Wakama as a case study in this. Apostle Professor Ken, in due time, shall disburse to his partnering CEOs. And when that is done, it is now the obligation of the partnering CEOs, after they have met every government requirement, as will be stipulated to them, presented to them by Apostle Professor Ken Wakama in due time, when he is paid, he will make a presentation of step-by-step disbursement protocol. And when that is done, every partnering CEO of Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation, as well as other grant handlers that might be incorporated into the system, in order to have a massive reach out to Nigerians that have been in the grant community over the years, those CEOs of non-governmental organizations known as NGOs or cooperatives will now be in the position to reach out to those I call grassroots beneficiaries. Grassroots beneficiaries, which we literally call beneficiaries. So that is it. Everybody is a beneficiary, but it has step by step or categories. It has a way it flows from the top to the middleman, and from the middleman to the direct people the money is meant to go to. So that is the way it is. Now, when the money gets to the grassroots, it is the grassroots under the grant handlers that will now begin to carry out the project for which the money is meant for. For your information, understand very well that the money coming, either community development project or direct individual subscriber project, which is under the grant handlers, it is money meant for you to use and develop. It is not money that is designed for consumption on pleasures. That is not it. That is not it. Thank you so much. Here, I am going to take us to the conclusion of this very session. That is the grant concise information. There are areas I want to touch, which will now be part of. I think I have to put it here. Let me put it here. Let it go. We have people that have dedicated themselves very outstandingly in this program. Number one, starting with the founders, the people like late Professor Ibrahim Olahere, and others that have paid a very huge price on this project. They are people that want acknowledgement. And also there are other categories like the donors, the donor agents, our acknowledgement. We also have the IMF, who have been very, very active in their job. They want our acknowledgement. We also have the government, which is not something that started now. I will say, in my acknowledgement, all the successive governments, I use this time on behalf of the team to acknowledge all of you, but very specially His Excellency Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for this very project to come to pass during your time, and even at this very point in time, we give you kudos. You have done very well on this regard. Then also we pray that in every other aspect of your government, you shall do well and end successfully. Then there is another category of people. These are people that I don't know how I am going to appreciate them. They are called the stakeholders. This category of people known as stakeholders, they have done something that only a father or a mother with an outstanding love will do for his family. We want to say to all of you that the stakeholders of this very project, the UAS grant disbursement, you are all wonderful men and women. In fact, we love you all beyond the expression of whatever the words of mouth will be able to quantify. We want to say, may the Lord, who gave you all the strength to carry on till this very moment of total delivery, remain a fortress, remain your providence, remain your security, and remain your future with the future of your children. To the same prayer is what we pray for every other person we have given our acknowledgement to. Then the last person I want to give my acknowledgement to is Apostle Professor Ken Wakama for standing firm in the midst of the storm. You remained to this very time. My word to you, sir, is I know you are a man of great diligence. Endeavor to ensure that your diligence during this time of disbursement shall be something that cannot in any way be questioned. I trust your diligence. I trust your credibility. I trust your patriotic spirit. This is the time to give it final demonstration. God bless you, sir. To all of you that have listened, I still have one more topic to handle, a subtopic under the grant concise information and the benefits of being a member of Just Lovely team. So I'm going to talk about the benefits now, but I am going to send it as a write-up because I don't have time anymore. Thank you so much. After sending the write-up, questions can be sent across that I will now respond to. Thank you. I remember Pastor Donald Obasokore, SSA to Just Lovely, and Director of Special Duties, Just Lovely team. It's a blessed evening.